Play La Bamba, Oil Country. They win 3-1 over the Ottawa Senators in their final game before the Christmas break as the Oilers improved to 21-11-2 heading into the holiday break here. And as an Oilers fan, I could not be happier with how this team has been playing lately. There's almost nothing to complain about. I know I put stuff on Twitter talking about certain players like Janmark or Brown or Henrique or whoever in that bottom six, but everyone stepped up today. This was a defensive clinic for Edmonton. And of course, Stuart Skinner, massive shout out to Stu. He had a great game as well. The Oilers defensively just did not give the Ottawa Senators really any room to breathe. And in the third period, yes, they kind of went into one of those shells, but it was a calculated shell, and it did not affect the game for them. Henrique made it 3-1 early in the third, and then the Oilers just allowed their defensive structure to take over the game. Ottawa, they pressed in the final 5 minutes. They had the net pulled for the final 3.5 minutes of that third, but I'm pretty sure they only got about 2 or 3 shots credited on goal, and one of them was like way high sticked. If that puck had gone in, that would have been taken back. It wouldn't have even counted as a shot. But Stuart Skinner, really good to see him continue to rebound after that Florida game. If you take out that Florida game, Stuart Skinner has put together about 7 or 8 really, really good starts in his last 9 games. And there's really, like, heading into Christmas here, Oil Country, we're feeling really good. We're feeling very good about this team. I'm feeling great about them defensively. Some depth scoring showed up tonight. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, it was announced when the game, or before the game started, that he was not in the lineup due to illness, so they bumped Viktor Arvidsson to that top line. Him and McDavid connected on a goal to make it 1-0 Oilers. McDavid found Arvidsson all alone in front to make it 1-0 Edmonton. And then as the game progressed, the Oilers, Ottawa, they tied it very early in the second period. Evan Bouchard with a bit of a nasty giveaway to Cousins, who walked in on a breakaway, and he ended up scoring to tie the game up. But the Oilers, they were never out of this game. Like, they were in full control the entire time, basically from puck drop. And would it have mattered if Ullmark was in the net for Ottawa? Probably not. I think with just how Edmonton played and the chances they did get and the goals that they did score, Zach Hyman scored on the power play in the second period. The only goal that Edmonton scored on 5 opportunities. I would have liked to see them bear down and put the game away on that double minor power play that they had. That power play needs some work. If there's anything that's a negative with this team, I guess it's the power play maybe. But they had 5 power play opportunities. The Ottawa Senators only had 1. So therefore, Oil Country, we can never complain about the officials ever again, because everyone will point at this game and be like, hey, the Oilers get the benefit of the calls sometimes. And I'm like, yes, they do. But there's a lot of games that they don't. But this is also why I don't complain about the officiating, especially early in the season where it feels like the Oilers are getting called for a lot and they're not getting a lot of power plays. Things even out. They had 5 power play opportunities tonight, and they were only able to score once, but their penalty kill has killed 36 of its last 40 attempts, which is phenomenal. This penalty kill reminds me of the penalty kill that they had during the postseason, and that bodes very well moving forward for the Oilers. If you look at the stats on the screen to my left, the shots on goal were 22-21 in favor of the Oilers. I don't think Ottawa even had a shot on net until over halfway through that third period. The Edmonton Oilers were doing such a good job at suffocating Ottawa's attack through the neutral zone. The Ottawa Senators were forced to dump a lot of pucks in, but the Oilers were always back to grab it and then do high flips back to the neutral zone. Is it boring hockey? Yes, and I've talked about this in the past with this team. The Edmonton Oilers can play pretty boring hockey, and when they are on their game, when they are playing defensively sound, yes, they can be incredibly boring. Teams probably, or fan bases probably watch this team sometimes and go, wow, that's kind of a boring team to watch. It's helping the team win games, and that's all I care about. And we saw these low event type games with Chris Knobloch in the postseason. This is how they want the team to play. Lull your opponent to sleep and then capitalize on the opportunities that you are given. And of course, McDavid and Draisaitl are still absolute game breakers, and they can just turn it on a dime on any given shift. So the Edmonton Oilers, yes, they were technically outshot in this game. Pretty rare feat, honestly, to be outshot. It was only by 1 shot total. Penalty minutes, 12-4 for the Senators. The hits were 16-11. Block shots, the Oilers had 22 block shots. They did a really good job getting in the shooting lanes in that third period, not allowing Ottawa to get anything through. Clearly on Stuart Skinner. And then when anything did get through, Stuart Skinner was very solid, very calm in his crease. Really good to see. Giveaways were 18-13 in favor of Edmonton. Takeaways 7-5 in favor of the Oilers. Face-off percentage, the Ottawa Senators did great on the face-off dot. Leon Draisaitl lost, I think, 3 or 4 straight face-offs in the defensive zone when Ottawa had their net pulled. Luckily, it did not come back to bite them. And speaking of empty nets, the Oilers, I think, are legitimately allergic to scoring on an empty net. Unlike Nathan McKinnon and Mikko Rantanen, who are empty net merchants here in Colorado, the Edmonton Oilers, they don't need the empty nets to win hockey games. They don't need the empty nets to pad their stats because they're all about that 5-on-5 play, and that's the most important thing. And sorry, Colorado fans, if you're watching this, I don't mean to take shots at you. I'm just having some fun. We're having some fun. It's almost Christmas. We're having a blast. But yeah, overall thoughts on this game, real positive. We can go to the NHL Edge visualizer just to get a look at the goals. Viktor Arvidsson scored the first one for Edmonton. Hyman got in on the forecheck for the Oilers, forced a turnover. Matthias Ekholm down low. Hyman got it to McDavid. McDavid found Arvidsson, who came in all alone. Jake Sanderson kind of in no man's land, not really paying attention to who the heck was behind him. And as someone who loves Jake Sanderson, one of my favorite players in the entire NHL, nice play by Arvidsson, who was just kind of all alone. He kind of just snuck in, and McDavid found him. Backdoor play, nothing Ullmark could do there. In the second period, Nick Cousins score. Matthias Ekholm had the puck. He played it back to Bouchard, and this is where Bouchard, he got pressured, but you'd like to see him probably turn around back on his forehand, loop it, and then put it off the boards towards where Zach Hyman is. Not going to overanalyze a giveaway by Bouchard. I thought overall his game was fine. Cousins, though, made no mistake, rips it over Stuart Skinner's blocker, and that was kind of the only blemish of the entire game for Edmonton in terms of their defense and their goaltending. Sometimes you just have to give credit to the shooter for sniping one. And for Evan Bouchard, I'm sure he will be better moving forward. Yes, there's been a lot of talk about Bouchard's defensive game. I truly do think that he's been injured for the last week or so. Hopefully this 4-day break for the Edmonton Oilers for Christmas allows him to heal up or rest up and come back rejuvenated, because they're going to need Bouchard and Ekholm to be at a much higher level heading into January and the second half of the season. Zach Hyman's goal for the Oilers was on the power play. I really liked what they were doing with the puck. They kept giving it to Draisaitl, who then kept throwing junk into the crease area, into the pads of Merrilainen, who was in relief of Linus Ullmark. And so Draisaitl, he throws it in front. Arvidsson came up with it on the rebound, and then Hyman on the back door. He's able to put the puck into the open net, makes it 2-1 Edmonton at that point. That's Zach Hyman's 13th goal, and he has goals in 6 straight games, which ties a career high. Nice to see Viktor Arvidsson get 2 points today. He had the first goal and then an assist on the power play. Obviously, he was on the power play in place of Nugent Hopkins, and it was interesting putting him there over someone maybe like Henrique, who I thought maybe they'd put there, or Jeff Skinner. But Arvidsson, at least the power play did connect, and that's really good to see for the Oilers. And then Adam Henrique in the third period, the Oilers off the change. Henrique, he puts pressure on Ottawa. Jake Sanderson, once again, he can't make the play. Brown gets it to Janmark. Janmark finds Henrique all alone, and he puts it past the blocker of Merrilainen. He had Henrique's 3rd goal of the season, assisted by Janmark, his 13th assist, Connor Brown's 8th assist of the year. And that third line, nice to see them connect on a goal. They had slowed down significantly in recent games. I had even put out a couple tweets. If you saw my pregame report, I said that Jim Matheson and I were going back and forth on Twitter or X.com about certain players on that third line. Henrique, Janmark, and Brown were part of the discussion. It's nice to see them connect. I'm very happy for Adam Henrique. Good for Rico. Hopefully that allows his confidence to grow heading into this Christmas break. Hopefully everyone comes back rejuvenated and healthy. We'll also take a standings check as well. If we look at each division, Florida leads the Atlantic, Toronto right behind them, Boston, they've won a ton of games since the coaching change. Even though they have a negative 17 goal differential, they are 3rd in the Atlantic. That's actually hysterical to look at. Tampa Bay, though, with 4 games in hand, they will likely catch up to the Bruins here. And then in the Metropolitan, the Washington Capitals, they just cannot stop winning hockey games, even in the absence of Alex Ovechkin, who will be back soon for them. And that'll be fun to watch, to see him chase Gretzky's all-time goal record. New Jersey in 2nd, Carolina in 3rd. In the West, the Central Division, Winnipeg is in 1st in the Central. Minnesota, they've been really struggling. They've lost 4 straight. They are at 44 points. And actually, you know what's kind of wild to think about? The Edmonton Oilers, they are now 2nd in the Pacific after their dreadful start to the year. They are 21-11-2. Last year, heading into Christmas, they were 15-15-1. So a massive, significant improvement for Edmonton here. They have a plus 16 goal differential, 95 goals against in 34 games. Defensively, this team is starting to figure it out. Their goaltending has figured it out. Huge games from Calvin Pickard this season, and Stuart Skinner, like I said, his last 7, 8, 9 games have been phenomenal, other than that little blemish against the Florida Panthers, but we're not going to overanalyze that one. The Oilers, they lost a game against Florida that they, you'd like back. You'd like to see them play a little bit better and come out on top. But with how this team has been playing, they've won 8 of their last 10 games. And overall, since that start to the year, they are 21-8-2 since that 0-3 start to the year. 21-8-2 since that 0-3 start. That's incredible if you think about it. Oil Country, we're feeling good heading into Christmas. And from me to you, I hope you all have a very, very Merry Christmas. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a wonderful holiday season. Whatever it is you celebrate this time of year, I just want to say thank you for always supporting me. Thank you for clicking on my videos. Thank you for hitting like on the videos. Every time I ask you to hit like, I know you never fail me. You always hit like on the videos. The amount of people that have subscribed this season, this year has been phenomenal. I did a live stream tonight. My next live stream is going to be New Year's Eve against Utah. I very much look forward to that. And again, thank you all so much. I cannot thank you enough. You all mean the world to me. Yes, we have our moments where I don't agree with everyone. Yes, we have moments during the live streams where I have to lay the hammer down and maybe time you out for 5 minutes, but that's the joys of being a content creator. The highs and lows, the memes, the fun, the excitement, and this hockey team, the Edmonton Oilers, that we have all rallied around, that we all love to death. Thank you all so much for tuning in every single day. Thank you. Seriously. Not to get too mushy here, but you truly mean the world to me. I don't do this without your support. I hope everyone has a very safe holidays. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas. I'm not sure how much content I'm going to have during the Christmas break. Look out for maybe at least one video. I might have something up tomorrow. I likely won't have anything up on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. I may have something up on Boxing Day. I'll for sure have something on the 27th. There's a couple videos I'm also working on in the background that, they're still kind of quite a ways away, but I will try and get those done as soon as possible because they are very exciting and I'm excited to share them with you once the editing process is done. Yes, I'm actually editing videos. I never edit these videos, but the ones I'm working on are videos that I actually have to edit. So I look forward to that. I look forward to the new year. I hope you all get whatever it is you're asking for Christmas this year. And all I hope for is that everyone has good health this season. That is what I want. I hope you all have good health. I hope you all have fun. Enjoy the holiday season with your friends, your family, your kids, whatever the case is. And I look forward to seeing everyone soon. Thank you all so much, Oil Country. I love all of you. Please tell someone that you love them. And as always, fight like a kid, fight like Ben. Let's go, Oilers.